Um, we'll see if it will work out for them, as HellRaisers started off with an axe and the Rubik. Not really a true combo there, right? Like you have these two heroes that don't reveal a lot. Axe is certainly going to that offlane, but besides that, you have no clue what they're planning, what they're going for.
No, they're leaving it fairly open. I think it's also important they don't pick the POS 5 too quickly, because 178 could easily pick up a Darkseer in the second phase, right? Like it synergizes really well with these two. You can then run Magnus as the 4, or a lot more teams now as the 5, and you just turn
Wait,
into
wasn't Darkseer deleted from this game?
Not if you're... Okay, well, this game doesn't have Kezu, but that's one condition on Darkseer getting picked. But we do know that there are definitely still CIS teams that love this. Like, this has kind of become the staple offlaner.
They ban out the Nikes and they pick up a Grimstroke. Alright. What is this draft?
It feels like they're forgetting which side they're on, because it's like HellRaisers just picked Grimstroke, and 178 just went, yeah, we just got Grimstroke. They went, damn it. You know what this is? This is the insaniest lips, right? No gyros, but it happens.
Gyroism. Is that when you misclick? You call it a gyroism.
Yeah, because, it's like flat canning all the clicks. Just click on every
hero. Now, when you misclick your last pick, you call it gyroism. Did he last pick gyro on TI?
Was it last or was it fourth? I can't remember.
I know that he misclicked it.
It was the whole... No, I think it was
Void
fourth.
or gyro, I think. Void or gyro.
It was gyro, but I think it was like... It wasn't the final pick, right? It was like the whole ban versus what they're going to pick. Like, hey, look at that.
There we go. We called
comes back. We know what we're talking about. That wasn't a slip, though. They intended. Okay, that's...
Now it makes more sense. Like, Lich plus Chaos Knight is a strong combo, and it's been played a bit. I believe Chaos Knight is on the rise, too. Like, this hero has been buffed patch after patch after being nerfed. And he's in that state in which he originally was when he was broken, more or less. You buy him a heart or something and you can go ham. They do have ways of dealing with the illusions, though. There's Axe, there's Fateball, there's Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate, there's Gyro with the Flak Cannon. Like there is a bunch of AoE versus CK, but still on the lane he should be pretty legit, like Lich plus CK. We'll see, maybe this will be some position for CK too, like... I won't be surprised.
Yeah. Ice Roll's got to be careful. He keeps buffing CK like this, and Nico Baby's going to get kicked, and Lodo will take the POS 1 again,
Yeah.
But
well, after them qualifying for Major, I doubt anyone is getting kicked anytime soon, at least.
Congratulations to them, by the way.
Congratulations, Alliance.
I mean, I don't know.
I waited for this moment.
Out of all the shuffles, like that was the one that excited me most, because I was like, all I ever hear about FUD, I've talked to him about myself. Like, you can tell he's an incredibly knowledgeable person, and his game sense is on point. So it's like the idea of him becoming a 5 to me was like, okay, this is probably the most exciting and interesting piece of news in the shuffle altogether.
No, dude, that whole team looks really good. Like Nico is on his prime right now. He's playing really well. Nico Baby, there's a limp. Also good handscan, just playing out of his mind. You combine that with 3-3 on offlane and Fata, and you just have everything. You have the young talent, you have the old school knowledge, you have a solid team. And they finish off with the Skyrat, alright?
Alright, this is hyper aggressive, actually. Like, this looks like they're just trying to roll over lanes as hard as possible, right?
I mean, definitely. You have Skyrat, Chaos Knight, Lich, Ember, Magnus. Let's put these lanes. Chaos Knight is going to be their carry with Lich, most likely. On offlane, we'll see Magnus and Sky, and then we'll see Ember mid. The problems for this is Ember can be easily countered now by HellRaisers, but then 178 can shuffle it up. Put Ember safe lane, Magnus mid, Chaos Knight offlane. They have options, and yeah, HellRaisers they counter it with Monkey. And now it's on 178 to see if they want to keep the Ember mid or maybe put Magnus there and side lane the Ember.
Looks like they're committing.
They're committing, at least by the picks. Pikachu is definitely their mid player, so it looks like they are committing and continuing to have the same lanes.
There is some kind of flexibility towards ganking, right? So you could potentially bring the Skywrath in and Monkey King. Like, if you catch him before you can start building up those Jingu stacks, Ember plus Skyrath can run him out and kill him.
Yeah. Like, their two supports are basically utility and damage. Like, Frost Armor damage, and that's it. They don't truly deal a whole lot of damage. They don't truly have a lot of catch, right? You have Lich with your gaze, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you have to get close, and you rarely level that early.
But their cores compensate for that. You have a stun on Chaos Knight, you have catch on Ember, you have Magnus with a good AoE RP ulti stun. So the draft is all right. The draft can work out, but it's difficult, and we'll see just how much this Magnus Ember is actually able to do. On the other side, HellRaisers, they have a more stable lineup, I think. Like Gyro is just a to-go carry at the moment. You have Monkey on the mid to counter the Ember, and Axe on offlane to just mess with them. However, we'll see. Like DM is playing the attacks. We'll see how much he'll be able to do on that offlane.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking at 178 still. I'm thinking the Scarif is kind of the staple point for this, right? Like, they have set up the Mystic Flare on every lane. So that's probably a big play they're looking towards as they end the laner phase, right? Whereas if you're on HellRaisers, it feels like you're more content if you just sit back and farm for a good 10 minutes. Which is weird to say of a lineup that is against a Magnus lineup.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really just... Look, 2 couriers running mid.
Oh, what? Oh, no. Ah,
2 couriers.
GG, we're done here. It looks like Nyx is the new chappy.
He's gonna shuffle 2 couriers so they can't realize which one is the real one.
What's the play with that, Liz? Explain and analyze the play. I don't know. You gotta get those monkey king hours in, my friend.
Nah, he did it. He did it to get
the movement speed.
Movement speed, yeah, nothing more, you know.
I was hoping for something deeper.
Like you said, Gyro is a lineup that wants to go late. I'm not so sure if you're playing with versus a Magnus. He's gonna be empowering his melee cores, Ember and CK. They're gonna be farming really fast, so you probably don't want to. You probably do want to be aggressive. You don't want to let them have the initiative and just wait until they're ready.
Another way they can approach this is just shutting out Petushara hard, right? Like, the Magnus doesn't get the levels, then typically the moment Magnuses don't spam out the Empower too often, right? Like, I know you've had the annoyance this in your pub games when you're supporting the lanes. They're like Skewer, and they want points and Shockwave. They just want to try and exist, maybe get a kill, and farm up for themselves.
Yep. Bounty runes. It looks like HellRaisers have 1, yeah. 3 for them, 1 for Petushara. Petushara, by the way, it means a cock. But
okay, the bird type, right?
The bird yeah. Cock. But when he's all like strutting about, you know, like when
he's trying to outdo a peacock, basically, yeah.
Yeah, like when you, it's a slang, I guess. It's a slang for the guy that's walking around with his arms wide, you know, and just hitting everyone, you know.
Yeah, like showing off your plumage, you know, trying to impress the lovers.
Showing off the lats or something. I don't know.
DM trying to be a Beyblade might actually be forced out before you can kill off the creeps. Yeah.
Happy Durara dealing quite a lot of damage to him. Look at that.
It might be too late to TP. Yeah, it's too late to TP.
No, he can hide in the woods and solve up. That's what he's doing, yeah.
The creeps did block, so we'll get out. Meanwhile, on the lane, CK, well, he's actually got a deny so far. Rubik did get a little bit on this as well.
Yeah, Rubik is just messing with him right here. That Fade Ball definitely makes it harder for a carry to last it when you're down, what, 20 damage?
Yeah, they're doing this very different as well, by the way, because DM, after that, has just fallen back to the jungle for the moment. So they're trying to give a lot of XP early on to Rubik.
I think it's just until the creep wave arrives. Now he's going back, you see?
Yeah.
Like it's some very well practiced move. Like you port on the shrine, you farm the hard camp, you go back down just in time when your creeps are about to clash the next creep wave. Like it's pretty well played by him.
It's kind of a fallback plan, right? Because usually you want to be able to just farm the waves between the towers, which is what he tried at first. But turns out without the double stout strat these days and all the mangoes on the Lich, that's impossible.
Yeah. If he went on the lane, basically what would happen is he'd be just chilling there while CK farms under the tower. So it's good that he went back. It's good that he did what he did and farmed that hard camp a bit. It's very efficient.
By the way, mid lane, this is looking pretty good for Pikachu so far. He hasn't been shut out.
Yeah, 8 CS for him, but 5 denies and 12 CS for Monkey. Still though, they're the same level. And but it changes once the Venom is here. You see this.
Oh,
Rubik
yeah.
is coming in
And
as
now
well.
Rubik. That should be a kill. Just as we say, Pikachu's having a good time. Everything
Nah,
goes
I
wrong.
mean, you have a good time until your lane equilibrium is on Monkey's side and he has an Venom. Like when that happens, you're done. Like you can play the first few levels. It's not like Jingu Mastery is going to hurt you too much, you know, and you can juke it as well. You can go back. But once that level 3 hits and Orb of Venom, then it becomes a bit more hairy.
Just what Rubik done, more or less accelerated the problem. Like usually you can, you know, as an Ember player, like this is the worst matchup in your eyes, but you get used to it to the point where you don't die unless there's rotation. Unfortunately for him, Runes again deciding the first blood at the 2-minute mark. It's just this time on Rubik. Actually, Lanta wants to keeping up on CS at the top. We haven't talked about the top lane too much, which...
Yeah, because basically what happened is Bignum was creep skipping and pulling the creeps behind the tier 1, and Magnus was playing around with V-Tune, just trying to farm as much as possible on the lane. He has 10 CS versus the 15 of Gyro, but he might just fall here. He's caught by Inkswell.
We really chose the right time to come and look at this lane because he's definitely going down. It's just a matter of who gets the kill.
I don't find Magnus to be like one of the scarier offlaners at the moment, you know, like definitely you can survive if you use Skewer properly, but it's easy to zone you out and you aren't really pressuring the safe laner too much.
You need like a cheese kind of pick on the, well, not cheese pick, but you know, you need something that bullies on the lane, right? Whether it's
he's
like
definitely not a bullier.
Yeah,
he's more of a content farmer, you know, like
he's a typical example of like I need an enabler on my lane, right?
Yeah. It's very difficult to enable him too. Like few patches, let's see Miposhka, he might fall here actually. One more,
no, they can't get him. He's got the salve as well.
He used to be really strong with the Empower build, with Windrunners, if you remember, and with whatnot, like Lina, you empower the hero and you just hit. But it doesn't work like that anymore. It's not efficient.
No, most of them tend to go more into the shockwave, maybe 2 points in skewer early on. Oh, Korea? Okay, can't quite get it.
But then again, it's a Magnus that's playing with 2 melee cores. One of them is an Ember, the other is a CK. It's definitely going to work for them. The Empower itself is going to work, but bottom lane?
Like Lich will go down. DM will die alongside that, though. And did he at least get the rune? I don't think he did. Yeah, no, he didn't. Planted must have picked up. I guess the other thing to look at with Magnus as well is maybe if you could get like a melee core, but then your 2 melee cores versus potentially ranged, and also it just feels melee support rather, and then it just feels like melee supports right now are just in almost all cases worse than the ranged ones.
Unless you're an ogre or an elder titan, I guess.
Yeah.
Or an undying.
And I feel like those are like maybe the 3 exceptions right now, right? Like it's more typical to see Rubiks, your Liches, Miranas. Especially with Bassi and just the value you can get trading from range.
No, I agree with you. There is value. Pikachu is valuably running away, and Bignum with that rotation, they must turn.
Nyx, he's going to be fine, though. I mean, it was a pretty pitiful lifesteal in the end, but Bignum didn't have the mana left to finish off.
Full level ahead now.
Yeah, this is getting rough.
Almost level 7, yeah. Almost level 7 on Nyx. 25 CS on Ember, like he's 10 CS behind at the moment. But all of this, it's really good for this monkey. But it becomes difficult when Ember gets that 6 top lane. Gyro has been skewered in, but yeah.
You'll back away.
My point is, monkey dominates the lane, but it's very... It's a very risky pick because there isn't a lot of players that play monkey properly after the laning stage. It's not about the laning stage, it's really what you do after. Like, let's say December is 6 now. This is already danger zone for Nyx. However, he is diving quite deep.
Yeah, he can't get the Jingu. The thing is, once the remnants are online, you shouldn't be able to kill Pikachu anymore. And also, it feels like the thing with Monkey King is you flip an advantage on lane, and then you have to push it everywhere else, right? You can't just fall back and use that. Like, a Tia gets a kill on the lane, it's like, great. Now I'm just going to go farm agents. You don't do that as a monkey.
Top lane, we see a fight.
Jump in. Skewer back. The home missiles come on, but Petushara should get away, although it's looking rough. They're going to get dove.
That
will clean that kill up.
He dies there easily. If he skewers himself and not Gyro, then he survives, but not like this. In any case, yeah, this Monkey King, as long as he's not dying, if he stays on mid lane and farms, it's still alright. But it's on 178 to respond to this, to rotate their supports around once Ember gets those searing chains. And then you can take Nyx down, then you can kill Monkey King. But they haven't really done that. That was the crucial time when Ember gets 6. And because of that, we see our first move coming from HellRaisers, with Nyx and Miposhka moving bottom.
DM's buying a lot of time here. Dunk gets himself 1 kill. Valentimos might want to back away because DM has run into the arms of Nyx. Nyx will embrace his brother in arms and then turn on the Chaos Knife. Oh no! The turnaround, DM. Drag back. 1 more hit was needed. He can't get it. He's gonna go down.
That's a 130 seconds cooldown.
I mean, it's level 1 Phantasm. You do care. You really do these days.
You care. You care. You can do a lot with that. He procced even well, but it didn't matter. And now Sky is dead too.
Yeah. This is what you want to see from the Monkey King. This is how you win this game when he starts doing this regularly.
Exactly. Very good rotations from him. But you know, like, it's not. They gave him this chance. Like, if you're playing versus Monkey, at around that level 6, when your mid hits it, when your mid hits that power spike, not level 6, you need to go and shut down that Monkey, try to kill him. Some heroes are 5, like Kunkka, you know, some heroes as Ember is, like, the timing is when he gets those remnants. You just need to do something once he becomes strong, or he will start rotating across the map and doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah, oh, Pikachu. He's getting pretty low. He'll get out, but he has to back off completely, bottle up a lot. I think the other thing about this game is really interesting is that 178 did have the potential to aggress, but what HellRaisers has done really well is read the fact that Bignum, he hasn't been like spamming and denying himself in the lane. He's been busy stacking up for his cores, which means he's not there to provide the early aggression you get out of the Skywrath. Now,
if you click across these cores of 178, you'll notice no Midases, nothing like that. You have Armat already completed on CK, you have Vlaz for Magnus after Bracer, you have Pikachu just going the standard phases, I suspect Maelstrom build on Ember or maybe Veil, so they are going all in the mid game, and all in versus a team that's been winning the laning stage is always difficult to execute, but we'll see. As long as they bring all 5 heroes on one lane, they can perhaps take a fight or 2 and claw back into this game.
True. Maybe your best target is Jaro. It's a hero that like struggles to find the best value out of that early net worth, right? Whereas a Monkey King, you know, all these small items into an Echo Saber benefits him a lot. An Axe is another hero that's happy to run at you due to his stat gain. We'll see if they can actually like try and rotate, because so far they're just chilling. And the problem with this kind of just chilling mentality is when all 3 of your cores are using that jungle you stacked, the gold dries up fast. Miposhka.
Miposhka.
We'll stun up on a Pikachu, but he knows he's dead.
No, there's all 3 of them. Oh, neutral! What? That's just, oh my god.
A clap for the Hellbear.
Yeah, Hellbear clapped that Miposhka down, but it feels so bad if you're Radiant, if you're 178, and you just try to get that kill. And the Hellbear gets it out of all the damage around. You know, the Lich's armor, the Ember's armor, Flame Guard.
And just a casual slap from the Hellbear does it in the end where you could... That's a rough one. And he's just back on the map, ready to go out, move with his comrade Aloha Dance. Maybe this time they'll move with the Monkey King, and instead of being the one being killed, they'll be the one that can get killed.
Monkey King almost has that Echo Saber, by the way. Speaking of Monkey King, he just needs the Ogre Axe.
Oh, drums are complete for V-Tune as well, so their kind of window to get a kill on Jari easily is passing fast.
It already has passed, right? Unless you control him with RP or CK and Skyrat ulti. With those drums, he's very elusive. He's speedy. That's the biggest issue.
That's the thing. What? Like, if you can get a good stun, right? But Palantimos, I mean, he's built this armlet, and I don't think we've seen him use it once so far. He's got great net worth, though. Like, top of the charts right now.
Yeah, he's farming with Empower as well. You can see that he's empowered all the time. Magnus is doing a good job running between his 2 cores and empowering them. I really like the fact that they know how to farm with the Magnus. Like, they're very close to him. However, Magnus also knows how to die from time to time.
Yeah, no skewer escape plan either, so get stunned up and killed off. Nice little clean cut kill. That's the beauty of like these Magnus drafts in terms of like countering them. You realize that actually at this stage in the game, if you just keep killing then 178, you know, their cores haven't built into these farming items, right? They're reliant on the magnets. And Palantimos, we want to see them use that armor aggressively, and they find a kill in the V-Thin.
Yeah, that's a good kill for them. That's a much bigger kill than that Magnus. They smoked up on their side of the map, and at least if they ward it out, if they try to get this map control in the Radiant jungle, that's going to be good. But overall, this move is only good because they killed the core. Overall, it's not a great move, as you're rotating inside of your own side of the map. You're not like aggressing, you're not taking any vision away from them. Like, look at their wards. They're super passive. They have 2 observer wards in the Radiant jungle, just defending their own jungle, even though the tier 1 of Dire is there still ready and available. So it's also easy for HellRaisers to respond to any sort of a play around this bounty role. So these wards aren't necessarily like that great for you strategically.
It just feels like they're neglecting any sort of play around the top side of the map as well, which is why Axe has just been casually farming. And now DM might be about to eat some chicken. I know you're a fan of this, Liz. Watch how quickly Bignum turns into a meal.
He needs more, and he's porting away.
Right.
They will probably smoke up. Let's see. Do they have a smoke on Rubik? They do. This should be a smoke move.
You want a bigger kill, though, right? Like, you want to try and find a core with this blink reveal.
Yeah, the only one down there is Lich, so...
See what can happen. They're actually rotating towards mid. Is Mag gonna die again? Well, he's staying under his tower.
I mean, he's just a sacrificial lamb at this point. He's not chicken, but he's a sacrificial lamb, so... Instead, they move toward...
Pikachu's here. A missile come through. They're chasing. Loha dances here as well. Dodges out on the missile. They're waiting. They'll take the kill into Happy Durara, and there's the blinking. The call is there. Link the 2 together, looking for the kills. Bignum gets low. No, Columblade mistimed. The RP trying to turn around. The cooldown's coming in as well. On the edge, Miposhka trying to escape. Gets dragged back to his death. DM goes for the call in the Phantasm Illusion Army. Now Wukong's command is down. They might have the damage to bring Plantimos down. He's going to fall. Triple kill for Nyx, and it looked not too bad at moments for 178, but in the end, all that really mattered was this Monkey King, who might get more as he chases forth for Petrusha, who has already used that skewer. Petrushara, need to get used to that. Moving in, 3 hits will do it. Oh, the stick is enough to keep him alive.
He actually attacked him before he had Echo Saber off. If he waited maybe 1 second to get Echo Saber off, he could get that kill, but doesn't matter. Magnus survives, but 4 of them die in that fight. They also use RP, Shrine, everything they had, and it just shows you the strength of this HellRaisers lineup right now. After the laning stage went well for them, it's difficult. It's difficult for 178 to fight them. Perhaps they should just chill and empower their cores and farm. Right now, there's too much AoE. Those illusions just die instantly. They picked CK into all these heroes. They thought that... I as well think that CK is a good hero at the moment, but there's a lot of stuff that works really well versus him in this game. You have so much AoE.
It's kind of like
a game for a CK.
It's kind of like going, hey, PA is a great pick, and then the enemy team has picked Skywrath and Pugna and just all these heroes of Magic now. It's like, yeah, in its own vacuum scenario, it's a pretty strong hero, but when you've got direct counters to you, you're losing that impact heavily. And it makes you wonder if there were better heroes maybe on the table, especially in conjunction with the Magnus strategy, which, you know, there are quite a few open.
Yep.
You gotta give credit where credit is due. It's not just on 178 and this draft and how they've been forced to play it. It's HellRaisers forcing them to play it this way because of this Monkey King pick, because they're playing it the right way.
It is, but I have to like go back to the laning stage and their inability to help their Ember out. Monkey King is a hero that counters Ember, and Monkey King was the one that was able to get help with that Rubik haste, you know, and 1 more rotation from Rubik. They were actually helping the Monkey King. No one was helping this poor Ember Spirit. If you have a like big Ember Spirit after the laning stage, you can do so much more. He can be the one that's dictating the pace of the game. He can be the one that's rotating across the map and just opening the side of the Dire jungle instead of playing in the Radiant one.
You know what this is, Liz? This is maybe Pikachu's death. There we go. Jump in. Cool down, follow up. Trying for the RP. Connects on the 2. Oh, Monkey King. Taking a lot of damage. Gonna throw out everything onto him. Try to control him up. Sinister Gaze. No, gets cancelled out by the silence. Miposhka balancing himself between the 2 supports and controlling them up. But HellRaisers, in the end, failed to deal with the cause. Palantimos overruns the side of HellRaisers and punishes their aggression.
Strong plays there by the Magnus with that RP. It looked like it won't do much, but that Lich's ulti definitely bounced properly for them. CK was a little bit slow with his Phantasm to join in that fight, but he was eventually he got there, and Monkey King he just dies. I believe they should have waited. Maybe they're a bit too aggressive on HellRaisers.
It was
Perhaps
positioning as well, right? Like it felt
too aggressive.
Yeah, it felt like DM like it's a good call if you can get everyone else in there in time, right? And we saw Monkey King. He had to jump to another tree and then gets kind of figured out by Bignum with the Mystic Flare. This feels like the type of play, like if you're at a stage in the game where you have BKBs, great, right? But at this stage, as you said, maybe a little bit too aggressive, like calm down. Do you think this is the pressure of the Monkey King pick where you're like, okay, we have to keep making stuff happen?
I think it's just their eagerness. You know, they sensed blood and they're trying to get more. They're trying to go in for the kill when they could be just chilling a bit, getting a few pickoffs. They were ahead up to this point. But from now on, they just have to make good plays again. It's not just default play of Dotes, you know. Now you have to be innovative again to try and get these good pickoffs.
So calm down.
You need to calm down. As you can see, Radiant is pushing top. CK almost has his Manta. Like, the power spikes are about the same for these two teams. Monkey King is going for that Maelstrom at about the same time. Okay, it's actually shipped out to him. At about the same time, Chaos Knight is going to get his Manta. He just needs the recipe.
Oh, look at the smoke. 178. They realize a potential move is in order, and they'll finally enter the Dire jungle after taking that tier 1 top. But they won't find anyone yet because HellRaisers busy chilling in their jungle. They'll have to go a long way. They don't want to go up in the triangle as well. Without any vision, this can be dangerous. They don't know who's here. So they'll go along the river instead.
Yeah, their smoke won't be broken by Monkey, luckily, but it will be...
DM. Seen. Silenced up. Can't use the call. Gets dragged out of the Mystic Flare. A little bit of miscommunication, but cleaned up quick enough. And now, Petushara chasing forward. Has the vision, but they can't hold it in place long enough. Palantimos still looking to drag back. And one big crit. Holy. Well, we question whether there are better people for the Empower, and the way this game is going, nope. CK is the perfect hero for the Empower.
He is. I mean, Ember and CK are definitely perfect heroes for Empower. It's just the execution of their team fights. HellRaisers, they can't have this axe caught out first in their team fights. This axe is like so important. They have to catch big targets with him.
Oh, Nyx. Oh, no, they fluffed it up. They pressed the buttons a little bit too early because concussive shot was still going the night time. They didn't have the vision on the Nyx.
Yeah, I believe he just walked behind the tree vision. And they lost vision on him, and because of that, concussive shot went onto the creep instead of him. Like, you press the spell, but he goes out for 1 millisecond, you know, and that's it.
He dodges death while looking it in the eyes, so Nyx will be fine. And actually, straight away, HellRaisers, they say, no, we're going to smoke and go again. The problem is, you're going to be playing in the high ground. You know people around here. You don't know the exact number, but you have to suspect there's at least a few, considering they were willing to jump your Monkey King near the shrine.
At least there's no shrine there. They don't have BKBs done. That's what worries me. They're diving without BKBs. But perhaps they can get a good pick off.
He could go for the Phantasm. Well, he would be great if he wasn't so pesky at escaping.
Yeah. I'm not certain why they moved the way they did. They had the blink on Rubik, blink on Axe. They could have caught him there if they waited for the ward first, but yeah, they didn't. And because of that, we have a counter smoke coming up from...
Oh, Aloha. Gets found straight away. Pikachu will hunt for more. They might find someone on the exit. Miposhka. Another sacrificial lamb. Searing Chains is there. The Silencing returns. Spirit Vessel and the Mystic Flare is enough to get the kill.
It really feels like this game is like getting out of hand for them.
It's true. It doesn't show on the net worth, but like these moves every time. It's on 178-1, reading them well. It's also, you can feel this kind of desperation about the plays by HellRaiser, right? Like when you're going towards the high ground like that, sure there's no shrine, but you saw the hesitation. Like if we commit too hard, there's all these TP points around us, and we could be punished.
Like, bottom line, I think the king is dead, long live the king. The new king is CK, the old king. The dead one is Gyro. Like,
wasn't a Monkey King?
I'm talking about the king of carries.
Oh, right now,
yeah. In the meta. I believe this Chaos Snake, I've seen him in a couple of games recently in qualifiers, and every team that played him had like a good CK impact in the game. They didn't always win, but they had good impact with this hero. Like, once he gets this heart, he's very close to having a Reaver at least. He becomes so difficult to deal with. He has so much HP. Even with all the AoE from HellRaisers, it's going to be very difficult for them to take him down. They need these BKBs, but like, they're building into BKBs into this team fighting sustain, right? While CK with that heart, he's getting damage, he's getting HP too.
I guess the other thing about Gyrocopter as well is, like, when you think about the early mid-game impact, you know, I'm not saying they have to lane together against each other, rather, but it's that kind of comparison of styles, right? Like, a Gyrocopter with this heavy damage and Rocket Barrage is trying to force his opponent out of lane. Whereas the nature of Chaos Knight is he has so much sustain, but can also harass you, right? So it's like, when you're Gyro, if you can't force your opponent out of the lane, you're not getting the full value.
You can also solo Roche, by the way.
This is true.
You can also do that.
With just the Reaver and the Empower.
Why not? You're healing yourself with Chaos Strikes all the time. Mikoshka will scout it out, though. Yeah.
However, this could be rough. They'll back away. They don't want this one. After all, DM does have a mini RP to play with, which is less risk associated with just popping it compared to the real thing.
Yeah, one of the problems with taking solo Roche with the carry is it takes too long, and someone is going to scout it. At this level of Dotes, someone is going to scout that Roche at one point, seeing you away from the map for a long time. But there is a smoke, though. They're still sticking together on the side of HellRaisers, but they do not have a BKB on Monkey. The BKB on Gyro is completed.
He goes straight in. Smoke's gonna break. Siren chains on the 2 Axe. Gets caught by the Spirit. Doesn't have the follow-ups. Good. The damage out from Skyra. Enough to bring him down. Cooldown. V2 with the BKB chasing in. Mikoshka gonna go down as well. Bignum is killing a lot of people, but finally they'll find one in return. Pikachu falls. Buyback comes out from Ember as well. Palantimos. It's his show to run, though. And you only get through half his HP pools so far. Petushara moving in. RP on the 2 to control them up and drag them away from V2. Chainfrost. Everything but the kitchen sink thrown on this Gyro will end his life. Pikachu back in. Buyback comes out with Skyriff as well. Spirit Vessel out once more. DM down to half HP. Chaos Knight just doesn't give a damn. Give him a whole team and he will find a way to kill it. The stun comes out from Aloha Dance, but that'll be his last. As he goes down, suddenly they can go for the Roche Pit, or anything in fact.
Man, he just ate them alive. Like, this hero, this player. He popped that ulti after Monkey King used his, and just tried to reality rift him out of his ulti, you know? He actually tried to cancel and break Monkey's ulti. He wasn't successful at doing that with reality rift, but he was successful at killing him. So it's the next best thing, right? It's even better, that is. Ember did. He was forced to buy back, but I don't think they care too much. They just demonstrated their strength, and they take this Roche afterwards easily. But it's so important for this Monkey to get BKB, and he didn't have that in that fight. That's why he died. That's why his impact in the whole fight was just his ulti, nothing more. He was completely controlled. If he had that BKB, I believe the fight goes a bit better for HellRaisers. Maybe they don't even lose it, or at least they trade some kills and that's it. But because of Monkey King dying so fast, Gyrocopter after the BKB, he's the only target, and they take him down so easily, and the team fight is obviously taken well by 178.
Yeah, no, Palantimos at this point, he's like a very experienced kind of checkout person, right? They're just like scanning through the items, next, and the items he's scanning is HellRaisers. Like, the speed at which he was deleting them one by one, more or less by himself. Pikachu, that was a brave move by DM. Realizing that Pikachu is backed up by someone else. You understand why he's making this play, though, right? Like, they have to get rid of that Aegis, and any opportunity to just catch Pikachu alone for 2-3 seconds could kill him. It is hard, especially with Skywrath and the Lich behind him.
It's problematic. You will be defending your high ground versus Ember and CK. Ember with Aegis and CK with Heart. They will just start, like, hitting the high ground a little bit and going back. And you won't be able to stop that harass until your tier 3 is down. But most likely, the first objectives for them are the tier 1 and the tier 2 on the bottom lane now. They will rotate towards bottom to take down those last remaining outer towers.
Nyx is just waiting for the area. He wants to try and slow this down at least.
But look at the items on HellRaisers. Gyro is moving towards his Aghanims. Monkey finished the BKB going towards MKB, but...
Oh, Aloha. See you later, buddy.
Aloha looking towards Force Staff, but...
Good luck getting it. They're on your high ground already.
Yeah.
They're going
this is it. Like, they aren't going for tier 1 and tier 2. They instantly go for high ground. They can. Rubik is dead.
There's literally no
not a lot of
counter
gadgets.
to this CK as well as the other thing, right? Like, they have no way of dealing with them. The window for that is passed as well. Maybe if they got something like an early Spirit Vessel, there's a chance, but...
Your play is basically jump in with Axe, call someone and move him under the tier 4s. That's it. But
That's why they needed the 4 stuff.
Oh,
Here we go.
That's what he's doing.
Look at you. You read it so well. They maybe can get the Aegis, but the problem is the Frost Shield reduces so much damage. Pikachu doesn't care. It does more damage to them, in fact.
How are they ever going to take down this beast of a Chaos Knight? Like Heart, Manta, AC almost completed. How do you take this horseman down before he takes your head? How do you do it, Killer?
I've played enough and watched enough Darksiders to know you don't. You just die to this horseman. Okay, the apocalypse is coming. He's just the first sign. When your whole base is in ruin, you understand there was just an inevitability about it. Because they have no Spirit Vessel builder. I just don't see anyone building Spirit Vessel anytime soon. And even if they did, you're now up against the CK who has a Manta, his Phantasm. Like, you don't get it anymore. You can't kill him anymore. You have to somehow... Maybe. I've got it, Liz. Palantimos has to be AFK in the fountain. And then they can fight the other 4 of 178. It'll be a very close match.
That sounds like a very solid plan. That's never going to happen. But good analysis. I like it.
Hey, I gave a solution. That's my job. Aloha dance. Let's see if he can make the remnants work from this time. He can if he spams them. Still barely gets out alive. I mean, in reality, there is a window, but is closing fast. There's a reason that there's only a 7% chance for HellRaisers. They have to farm, like, 2 more items without losing their base on their cores, right? So, like, V-Tune, he needs his Ags, and then either maybe Mjolnir completed, or Satanic. And Monkey King, he's got the BKB now. Going towards the MKB. Oh, that's a good start.
That's how you do it. You kill the couriers.
With the Crimson Guard, yeah.
If you can't kill anything else, you take down the donkeys.
Send the donkeys to the glue factory. Keep your business in order for a few more weeks before people realize you were meant to send horses.
You know those weird stories about animals that contributed to wars being like won by one side or the other?
Yeah.
This donkey, like his contribution was great, and I salute you, donkey. Like, flying little thing. You will be remembered.
You know, we never respect the couriers enough. We're like, they got the courier. Good job on them. We never have a moment of silence for the courier that's brought all these important items to Palantimos and to Pikachu and V-Tune. Actually, maybe less V-Tune. He's been going back. Like, they've all, HellRaisers been forcing their back to their base so much. The courier probably doesn't get much use. They're kind of stuck in.
Completed on Ember Spirit, but no courier to bring that BKB, and because of that, he will have to go back and use a remnant. You see?
Damn,
see
that's
how much
35 seconds
easier they make our life.
I mean, this is genius. They've just wasted one of his remnants. Maybe this is the moment they make a play on the Nyx. BKB? That's a runaway BKB.
Perhaps they can fight because they are
he has to jump in. Wukong's is there as well. Cooldown fall off as well. Trying to do enough damage on the back line. Pikachu's just murdering everyone. Nyx does get the Jingu, but doesn't have the target to actually get the damage and the health back, and he'll go down. V2 runs away, but with the BKB running out, he's going to fall as well. And this is, once again, not only the Palantimos show, it's the Pikachu show.
That's what it is. It's a disaster. Your Chaos Knight is too big for anyone to take down. Even when you smoke up and try to counter that play with the BKB on the Monkey King, you just fall and your base is dead. GG, they call. This game is over. Thank you guys for watching. That's gonna be it. I've been Lizard. That's been... I'm just kidding. We have like 10 more hours of
We've got a lot more Dota, okay? This might be a quick series if that happens again. But you'll definitely get loads of Dota. I
don't think
it's not a quick
you
series,
let
though.
anyone get that Chaos Knight. Like, I think that's
the
very
hidden gem.
ban-worthy core. Yeah, it's a hidden gem. It's very difficult to take down. You have to invest so much into killing him. His stage is very decent. He was played on offlane, for God's sakes, until like a month ago. So he definitely can sustain himself in the laning stage. You don't have to bring a lot of regen. His crit is just good enough to heal him up. So
I think
you
it's
need
fair
to
to say
find a way of dealing with him. Ban him.
Okay, that's one way. I was going to say another way is if you see that a lineup doesn't have a dispel other than his ultimate, maybe get something that fits the Ember category. Like, I can rush a Spirit Vessel for you guys. I'm a core. I'll build this, and then we can go kill, right?
Is Sven finally coming back into the meta? That's my question.
Oof,
Deal with the illusions.
That's a big
Leave them.
ask. I think we're not there yet, Liz. But maybe if Ice Frog drops us a patch before the minor.
No, I'm telling you, in a week or 10 days, Sven is coming back. If CK is picked all the time, you'll see it.
It's kind of the beautiful thing about Dota, though, right? Like, we had this long period without really big buffs or nerfs to the game, and people just eventually realized, okay, instead of me sitting here waiting for Ice Frog to fix my problems in life, I need to fix them myself. I need to find the next big thing. You know, we saw it with Chaos Knight here. We've been seeing our move towards Keeper of the Light returning to the meta. A few teams have been valuing that very highly. And
no, that's definitely the thing that I love about this game. And give us time, give us players time and captains time, and we will find solutions to the most broken heroes. Unless it's the sniper era or the troll era, as long as there's nothing too broken, we'll find a way to deal with these top picks.
Why you say that? I think Mirana and Bassi are the name of the game this entire kind of patch. But yeah, for the most, we see a general transition, shall we say. Like Bloodseeker's been another one that's been creeping in. However, I don't know if we're going to see a Bloodseeker next game. What I do know is because it is the CIS region, and we kind of saw it a bit here, you're probably going to see a Bloodbath nonetheless. So, short break, and then we'll be back for game 2 to see if we can actually drag this out to a third one, or if HellRaisers are going to, well, not raise someone up, more like put them in the ground here. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few minutes.